This what you make it, my shit been amazing. I can't see a way out, I've been stacking face down off canvases I painted. I just spent the rain day on shit I can't afford, but that's the price I pay for the memories I'm making. I've been going places, I've been shaking hands for a chance to really make it. This life is so abrasive, so I almost gave it. All this shit.
Hello beautiful people. So today, as you can tell by the title, we are going to be doing a story time tab. Now a lot of y'all have been asking me about doing these story times, and I took a minute and I was like, okay, well, what's gonna be the first story time, because I have so many to tell. Common sense said, well, Tesa, you have to start off at the very beginning with why you even started dancing. So get your popcorn, get your tea, put on your seatbelt, child, and let's get right into it. Now this is gonna be a story time, get ready with me type of thing, because today is Thursday and I'm actually getting ready to go to the club. So I'm gonna be getting ready and I'm gonna be doing a story time. So get ready with me, story time on why I started stripping. Alright? Alright. Tell y'all something. I've been wearing this wig for like a week with this shit on it. Ain't nobody told me nothing. They don't love me for real. Ain't no love. Because if you would have loved me, you would have said, Tesa, what the hell is that shit on the back of your neck? Alright, so what made me start dancing? It all started back when I was about 24. I was 24. I was working at the Varsity. The Varsity is this, what people would call a famous place here in Atlanta. Us people from Atlanta don't call it a famous place, but according to the TVs and stuff like that, it's a famous place here in Atlanta where they sell food. I have not eaten at this place since I left. They do got some really good onion rings. This is not a paid program for the Varsity. Alright, so boom. I was 24 and I was staying with my baby daddy people. So in this house, apartment, a 2-bedroom apartment at that, it was me, my kids, my baby daddy grandma, my baby daddy dad, the dad girlfriend, and the dad girlfriend daughter, and a cat, in a 2-bedroom apartment. Me, my baby daddy had moved out. He had got him an apartment, which I later found out his girlfriend was staying there. At this point, I didn't really give a fuck, because I was done and sick and tired of his cheating ass. So at this point in my life, I was like, I don't give a damn who's staying with you. Kudos to y'all motherfuckers, better her than me. I was working at the Varsity, making chump change. Minimum wage is what the Varsity gave you. And the way the Varsity was set up, there are like 20 something registers at the Varsity. Numbers like 1 through 10 get the best hours. 10 through 20 you get the shitty hours, because the further down the line you are, ooh, that's why I work out. You see this shit? I gotta work out more on my arms, because that's not cute. Gotta tighten it up like that. Now, the further down the line you are, the earlier you go home, because when it's packed, all the registers are moving like this. When it starts slowing down, people start coming directly to these registers. So 20 go home first, 19, 18, 17, so on and so forth. So your checks are garbage, because it really just all depends. Sometimes you might be down here depending on how good your register did the day before, and then sometimes, and depending on how much the manager like you, depends on where you are. So yeah, all us stayed in this house. It was small as fuck, y'all. Like, there were roaches. The cat had got fleas and brought fleas in the house, y'all. Like, it was bad. Shit was bad. And it was bad, but I can honestly say, in a way, we kind of made the best out of it. Like, we kind of made the best out of what we had. And if you've been in hood ass situations and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure you understand where I'm coming from when I say you made the best out of what you had. Like, I still had fun memories over there. I got bad memories. You know, I got memories. Like, so it was enough for me to say, I can't do this, y'all. I was getting like $100 and some checks from the job. I was happy to get like a $250 check. And you got paid every week. Got paid every Friday. So, shit, you get a $250 check, you be like, shit, okay, you know, like, it's cool. Compared to what you knew you could get, which was like $100 check, $120 check. And I just got to the point, y'all, I was like, this not life. Like, I'm supposed to be living better than this. Like, I want more for my kids. I was practically living out of my car. And when I say living out of my car, like, yeah, I had a place to lay my head in the house, but for the most part, like, all of our clothes were in my trunk. You know, like the blue tubs that you get from Walmart, that's what my clothes was in. And that's how small of amount me and my kids had in clothes. I had that tub, and then I would have like maybe 2 black trash bags full of clothes. That's it. 1 tub, 2 grocery bags, 3 kids. Luckily I had a car. You know, I've always had a car, so I was grateful to have that. And I knew that I wanted money. I knew that I wanted a lot of money. Fast food, wasn't gonna cut it. I've been to college, but I've never finished. Why? Because every year I would go to school, I would get pregnant. And it would become survival. Like, okay, school not gonna give me no money right now. I gotta work. And I also got kids. And I can't be away from my kids 24/7, so I gotta pick one. School or money. As a single mother, you're gonna pick money. I hit up a girl. There's a girl who actually, like, me and her are, like, that's my baby. We're gonna call her Linda. So, Linda was a girl that my baby daddy used to date. But she was a dancer. We would do parties and stuff like that. And we also went to school together. Us going to school is how I knew her. Well, not knew her because I didn't know her personally at the time, but I knew of her because we went to school together. And I hit her up on Instagram one day, and I was like, I'm trying to dance. She was like, you sure? So I was like, yeah, I want some money, you know, and I want some fast money. And then she was like, all right, cool. And then I backed out. Fear caused me to back out. I'm scared. Like, who not scared? You know, some shit like that. So I backed out. And then maybe like a month later, I hit her back up like, Linda, I'm ready to dance now. So she was like, you sure? And she the type of girl who, she don't got time for that bullshit. So she was like, you sure? Like, last time you said you were ready and you weren't ready. You know, I was like, no, I'm ready this time. Like, trust me, I'm ready. So she was like, all right, cool. I got a party on Saturday. You gonna do it? So I was like, yeah, what all I need? So she was like, you need a bag. She was like, you need a, no, she was like, you need, get like 2 outfits, a pair of shoes, do your hair, put some lashes on. So I was like, all right, cool, I can do that. I didn't have no dance outfits, y'all, of course. I didn't have no stripper shoes. I didn't even know it was a such thing as stripper shoes. Like, I did not know there were particular shoes for strippers. So I went to City Trends. I got a pair of shoes and 2 outfits. Y'all, I never forget these. I never forget these shoes, y'all. These shoes was black and pink. They was tiger stripe. I went to City Trends little sleep section and got me a black and pink lingerie maid outfit and another outfit. I don't remember what the other one looked like, but I damn sure remember that black and pink maid outfit. Now, and as a matter of fact, to get that stuff, I went out on faith. Like, I took my last check, which was like $100 and some, and was just like, if anything, at least I made this back. We got to this party. It was a mansion party. This big house, whole bunch of people. Yeah, I remember this so vividly. When you got there, it had steps. Went up these steps, and it was rooms and stuff upstairs. And the dancers had this room and a bathroom. Went in there, and you got dressed. And you had the whole house, and they had like they had a guest house in the back where you would go outside, and it was like a whole nother house down like this hill or this walkway. And I was nervous a little bit, but I met this chick. I met this girl, and she was like, it was her birthday, and she was like, come drink with me. I never forget, we was in like this little room that was off to the side with a stripper pole, and she was like, come drink with me. Yeah, I didn't even know this girl. I was so naive. Nothing bad happened, you know what I'm saying? Like, she wasn't no bad person, but like, I just remember like how naive I was. Like, come drink with me, it's my birthday. I was like, no, I'm good. Yeah, I've never been a drinker. Drinking is like never been me. And she just kept pushing it. She was like, no, don't let me get messed up by myself, come on. So I was like, all right, cool. I took a shot with her. So she turned up, yay. Come on, take another shot. So I was like, all right, cool. Took another shot. And I was like, all right, I'm finna go. I went, got me some dances and stuff like that. And then I go back over there to where she was at. Not for her, but because where the little room, the little section she was in, it was like the most chilly spot in the house where I could just go and like sit down. There wasn't a lot of people over there, you know, get a little break in. And every time I would go over there, she'll be like, come on, take a shot. And y'all, this is when I realized my limit on alcohol. Because every time I would go over, me and this girl, I bullshit you not, drunk a whole bottle of 1800. Had to be. And I don't know if you know what a bottle of 1800 look like, but me and this chick drunk a whole bottle of 1800. I was stumbling, y'all. I was falling all over the place. Like, I have never in my life been this drunk. And since then, I have never in my life been that drunk. Yeah, I got somewhere. I took, after like my third fall, and y'all, like, I was falling. And like, I was that drunk girl who, like, I would fall and everybody would come running to help me up. And I would just be laughing. Like, y'all know how Snooki used to be on the TV show? I was Snooki that night. And I would just be laughing and everything. And I was like, okay. I had enough sense to say, go take these heels off right now. You're done. So that's what I did. I went and took them heels off. I was done. I went in the bathroom and I counted my money. I shut the door behind me and counted my money. Y'all, I remember making so much money this night. Hundreds of dollars. Like, I had never in my life made so much money in a day. I was like I remember having like this what the fuck moment. Like, this is real. Going home with this. I just put my clothes on and I stayed upstairs until it was time for everybody to go. Or until it was time for us to go. And I drove home thinking, I'm about to quit my job. Because my job got me fucked up. I never went back to my job. Well, I did. I went back to go get my last check. I told my baby daddy people that I had found another job. I told them I was working in a warehouse. I knew you could work a warehouse, like third shift, and that it wasn't too many places where I was working at this late where I didn't need a uniform. And a warehouse was the only place I could think of where I was working this late with no uniform. So I would never leave out the house. Like, at this point in my life, I wasn't wearing makeup or nothing like that. Like, it was just like I would wear lashes. And I didn't want to tell them the truth because I didn't want them to be like, oh, we not gonna watch the kids while you out doing stuff like that. Like it's partying and that whole type of spiel. So I kept it to myself. Like, I'm not gonna tell them what I'm doing for real. I'm just gonna leave it at, I'm working in the warehouse. And I knew that I did not want my baby daddy to find out, because I knew that he would be extremely judgmental. Linda had stopped messing with him because she got to the point where she was like, we make too much money together. Cause like, she was putting me on party. Like, me and her became so close, y'all. Like, when I say me and her became so close, like, we became so close. Because it was like we was always together. Like, she'd be like, girl, we got a party here, you got a party here, we got a party here, we got a party there. Like, we was on some money shit. Like, we was on some Bunny and Clyde shit with two females. Money was the motive, baby, for real. And from there, anyway, I met this guy and me and him dated. And like, I would go spend the night at his house and stuff like that. He had a sister. Me and his sister became like best friends. And the crazy thing is, his sister used to dance. Okay, so let me tell y'all this story here. This some shit. So mom came to pick me up from the dude house. I mean, from my baby daddy grandmother house where I was staying at. Something was going on with my car. It was like an alternator or something. So his mama, it was him, his mama, his sister, and they had a van. They came to pick me up. Me and one of my daughters. Was it me and one of my daughters at the time? Or it might have just been me. I'm going to spend the night over there. And so all of them stayed together. Him, his sister, his little brother, their little sister, and the mom. They all stayed together. But unlike the situation that I was in, they had a big ass house. They had rooms for everybody. So we all in the car, and I'm getting acquainted with their mom. So she like, so, you know, what's your name? Tell me about yourself, whatever. So I'm like, yeah, you know, my name is Tesa. I got kids. This, that, and the third. So she was like, what you do? So I was like, I don't work. So the dude was like, Monsieur stripper. So I was like, what the fuck? So I'm like, why would you say that? Like, y'all, I was so embarrassed. Like, I was extremely embarrassed. So she was like, girl, please, ain't nothing wrong with that. You better get your money how you can get it. And she was like, Isha. So Isha was my friend. Well, she wasn't my friend at the time. She was just his sister. And so she was like, Isha, you hear that? So Isha was in the back with her headphones on. My friend has always been about her music. Like, she always had her headphones in. And so she was like, what? So she was like, you heard what Rod's new girlfriend do? So Isha was like, no, I'm listening to my headphones. So the mama was like, she a stripper like you, Isha. So she was like, yup, my daughter a stripper too, Isha tell her. So from that moment, like, we just clicked, because the mama was like, you should take her to Deja Vu with you. So Rod, I don't say it day or night. So Rod was like, don't take her to that ratchet hole in the wall. She ain't gonna make no money. Y'all don't be making no money in there. So, you know, they had their little, she was like, girl, don't be listening to him. Yes, you can, girl. You'll make some money in there. I'm telling you, you'll make some money in there. We'll go in there one day. And that was just like the start of me and her friendship. Like, I went to go see them like the next weekend. I ended up getting my car fixed. And I went down there to their house. And the mama was like, you know, bring the kids or whatever. They'll be fine here with me. And you know, you go see how you like this club. This lady was so warm. Like, I'm not that naive now. Like, I'm not just gonna leave my kids with nobody. But at the time, I was young. I was stupid. Or whatever. And but by the grace of God, and that's what happened to my kids, and it worked in my favor, because like, they were amazing people. And I say were because their mom ended up passing away about 5 years ago. Y'all, that broke my heart so bad. Like, I just sat there and cried on the phone with my friend when that happened, because she was just like the realest lady ever. Like, she was the first lady ever in my life to tell me, like, when she first found out that I was dancing, she was like, girl, don't ever be ashamed of that. She was like, let me tell you something. As a lady, as long as you got a beep in between your legs, you should never be broke. You should never be homeless. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay. I took that to heart. Like, and it's real. You should never, like, as long as you messing with somebody, like, what you doing, sis? Get your life together. So I ended up going to that club and made bank. And that was like my home club for years. When I say for years, like, I remember going back to the house and telling Rod, like, I'm so glad I did not listen to you. Like, I like this club. Like, I really, really like this club. Like, I'm so glad I did not listen to you. Like, it's so much money in that club to be made. Whatever, whatever, whatever. So, yeah. I'm glad I went off on a whim and made the decision that I did to go do the things that I did. Y'all, like, and when I first started working at that club, it was like, it was only a few of us. And from there, I ended up moving to the west side. I moved to a neighborhood that they call The Bluff. If you're from Atlanta, you know about The Bluff. I ended up moving to what they call The Bluff. Which is a very rough neighborhood. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. But everybody is just out to get money. Like, that's how I view it. Like, once I moved out there, like, when you live somewhere, it takes away the fear. Like, I wasn't scared to live where I was living at, because you become one of the people in the area. You become one of them. You understand them. You speak their language. I became one of them. And when I say I became one of them, I became just another hustler in the neighborhood. I started dating the dope boys. I was about my money. Like, a hustler was born. Like, straight the fuck up. A hustler was born from that. Me moving to the west side taught me so much. I grew up a lot from this only child, spoon-fed, naive person. And it's crazy because my baby daddy used to tell me all the time I was too naive and I'm too trusting and I don't know nothing for real about the streets. I didn't grow up like that. And I used to be like, whatever, blah 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 blah. Looking back, like, he was so right. Like, he was so right. But being there, like I said, being there taught me so much about life. I learned how to hustle. You learn how to hustle. You learn the type of mentality that it takes to survive in a Shark Tank. You learn the type of people that you need to be around. You learn to the people that you don't need to be around. You learn a lot. I learned about, that was when I first, like, I had never been around drugs. I had never been around crackheads. I had never been around cokeheads. I had never been around, like, just a whole bunch of drunks. You understand that bandos aren't really abandoned. You learn a lot, baby girl. I learned so much. I grew up. And when I say I grew up, I mean I grew up. Like, legit. I grew up. I'm thankful. I'm so thankful for my experience that life taught me, because it turned me into the person that I am today. It gave me more drive. It made me less eager to judge a book by its cover, because there's so many people who you be like, damn, I didn't know you went through that. I met people who parents were on drugs and then they got on drugs at such early ages. I met prostitutes. You just learn so much. Honestly, you learn so much. So yeah, like, I I grew up so much. That's all I can really say about that story, y'all. Like, I grew up. Everything that I went through then makes me the person that is able to stand in front of y'all and tell y'all this story now. Like, so that is why, or how, that is how and why I started dancing. I wanted better for myself. I wanted better for my children. And I knew that if something was gonna shake, I had to do the shaking. So yeah, I hope that you guys like this story time. I'm about to go to work and I'll see you guys in another video. Love you.